In 1887, the world froze to death. Civilization crumbled. The failing British Empire built generators to support cities for evacuees, cities that would be the last on Earth. Whether huddled by a generator or out in the open frostland, those that survived, thank you. Any key to begin?
Captain.
Can you hear us?
Captain! Do you hear us?
A generation ago, we fled the crumbling British Empire as the world froze around us. I held New London together. United, we survived 30 years of whiteouts. But the world around us is dead. Empty.
Right for taking. The city glows.
Vestas.
Merely surviving is not enough. We have to expand. After all, it's us who survived the end of the world. It's us who survived.
Yes. Now what?
We've been roaming the frozen desert for years. Many of us do not remember a world before the Great Frost. Now, another whiteout is coming, and again, we've reached the old machine. Again, we will rely on its furnace to provide heat through the storm. In the past, we always made sure there were enough supplies for the next whiteout, but our numbers have grown through the years. Providing for everyone is getting harder and harder. We are the first to arrive. More will be joining. We will weather the storm as one. The old dreadnought remains in pieces under layers of snow, but the scattered wagons still have resources inside. First, we must break ice to reach one of the oil wagons and construct an extraction district to use it. Then we can turn on the dreadnought's furnace to heat us, those who will inevitably join later. Frost break to an oil wagon. Construct an extraction district on the oil wagon. Turn on the furnace in the dreadnought ready to provide heat. Generators turn off. Not a huge map, that's good. Don't be overwhelmed. Wanderers. Okay, where do I go? What do I do? Who do I click? This thing? Where's this? Before construction, we need to break the ice and prepare the ground. Select tiles until you reach oil, then confirm with check. Oil wagon, 60,000. Various resources are scattered throughout the nearby area, and tiles containing these resources are called deposits. To exploit these deposits, you can construct the appropriate district on resource deposit tile. Different resources require different types of districts. An oil wagon is used by an extraction district, while fertile soil is used by a food district. Remember, in most cases, you need to frost break the tile with the resource depot before constructing anything on it. So what's next here? We've already broken that one, I feel like. Why would we start it again? See if it does anything. Construct district. Select extraction district from the toolbar. Click on the resources tile and continue selecting tiles. Construct district. Extraction district. Check. City's economy is based on output and demand for various resources. Output is the total amount produced by districts and buildings. Example, food output can be increased by building a food district. However, a working district also increases demand for resources needed to sustain its operations. In the case of a food district's heat and materials. When output equals demand, you will see a golden icon for the given resource on top bar. When it's higher, you'll see a positive number next to the icon. frost break to reach some decent soil. Cold. Cold is a measure of how well your city is heated and protected your people from the frost. Make sure that shelter is provided and all districts are properly heated. Not satisfying those needs mainly increases cold. As the thick black liquid oozes through the pipes, our people rejoice. The carcass of this old machine is a testament to the hardships that made us, but more importantly, it's our haven in the storm. It has allowed us to weather many whiteouts, and we'll do it again. We have oil, and turn on the furnace. Select a dreadnought wreck to access furnace control. Once turned on, the dreadnought's furnace will automatically convert oil into heat. Furnace is on. We have enough oil to cover current needs, but the cold will still affect our people until they have the proper shelter. Housing will best protect us from cold if built in close proximity to the furnace. However, we'll need prefabricated parts for construction. We brought some with us. The rest we need to extract from the wagon wreckages. Construction wagon. Build an extraction district. Prefabs. Where are those? We need shelter from the cold, yet walls and roofs will be little help if temperatures remain frigid. Building housing districts on tiles next to heat sources to increase their temperature, level 4. Grant 1 additional level, but every tile counts. Okay, so hold up. Wagons. Is that a wagon? It is a construction wagon. Extraction district, okay. We still have to frost break to it? I don't know. Prefabs. Bandit wagons once used to transport prefabs. Many are still viable and can be extracted. Build a housing district. Secured heat and shelter for the time being. We'll need more when the others arrive, but for now we must turn our attention to the incoming whiteout. First, we must frost break to the small patches of fertile soil suitable for growing food. Then, we must store it in easily accessible depots. We must move quickly so no one starves. Oh, I thought it was here. It's underneath. Okay. We've secured our immediate survival. Now we must stockpile as much food as we can before the whiteout forces us to take shelter. To do that, we need to produce more food than our current demand. With the second group of wanderers spotted just over the horizon, we must act quickly. A group of wanderers has arrived as expected, though they bring with them foul portents. Frost speaks with a clear voice. The signs aren't there. Or the signs are there. One elder urges. The whiteout follows fast on our heels. We have little time left. We must gather enough food for everyone. We must survive. Stockpile enough food to survive the whiteout in 60 weeks. Provide enough heat and shelter for the incoming wanderers. Mysterious symbol. One of our frost-breaking crew uncovered the frozen remains of a man in a tattered uniform. His shoulder patch reads, New London Scouts, 3rd Platoon, and he bears an obscure signia. Some of our elders claim it belongs to a military organization, while others argue it has a religious significance. Maybe you've heard of this New London before and can settle their debate. I don't recognize it. Hubs. Requirement workforce and what is that? Food maybe? storing soil in his hands. We've been here so many times. The soil is depleting. Each year, there's more of us and less of the earth. We're running out of fertile soil. One day, there will be nothing to grow food on. We may not be able to make it through without sacrifice. I could do with let. If it means more of us making it through alive, we might not be able to fill food stockpiles without exceptional measures. Consider asking the Wanderers, tighten belts, or instill emergency shifts in food districts. You now gain access to new interactions. District abilities and community actions can help you deal with problems in your city. Use district ability, select the work district. And use double shift to make your people work overtime and supply more resources. Use a community action, click on a Wanderer's portrait to find tighten the belts action, which will reduce the daily allotment of food required to feed people. Sick and injured. Sick and injured. Instruct the Wanderers to tighten belts. How do I do that? Event. Against the elements, each day the wind grows fiercer. Relentlessly it beats against our buildings, weakening our structures gust by gust. Without raw materials to repair the damage, our districts will deteriorate. The more we build, the more materials we will need. This is the world we know. Empty promises. Heat level. People in the camp getting tense. We really won't gather enough food in time. Our hunters prepare to slaughter the remaining seals, including pups and females. It allows us to gather much more food. It will be wipe out our cold, last colony of creatures on Earth. However, many elders have volunteered to walk into the frost line rather than burden. Let the elders go. Food secured. What's going on here? What does this mean? Shut down. Empty. Generators. How do we lower it? I'm not sure what those red icons mean and how to fix it. District where? Total demand. We failed to generate enough materials in time. How do we generate materials? Can't do anything while this is happening, I guess. Did we fail the first mission? Alright, so we beat the first mission. I don't really understand the UI. Not 100% user friendly. There's like a lot going on. It's okay. I feel like it's a little bit too clunky. Now we get a whole giant city to work with that we don't understand. No fuel. Okay. Frost break. We need fuel. Where's the fuel? I don't see any fuel. There's no fuel. What is this? And then now they just throw me into this giant thing. And the first thing is to find fuel. Frost break to a shallow coal seam. Construct an extraction. Coal seam. Okay, where's the coal seam? This. Oil. Iron. Space station. Food. Gotta be it here. No? No. Coal seam. Here we go. Extraction. Done. Turn on the generator. Constructing housing districts to address the lack of shelter.
The steward appreciates all your adoring letters and will answer personally in due time.
Okay. Build a research institute. Housing. Research an idea. Through coal mines, construct a newly research building and extraction. Okay, new ideas. I feel like this thing should be right here. Then it's here, or is this council hall? Research an idea. Where do I do that? Here? Coal mines. Let's just start automatically. Trying to do. Doesn't work. Left alt for the drawer. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Idea tree. Got an exclamation. Like this. Can't use any of these. Not enough resources for any of them. I don't know. The interface isn't fun to work with, and I don't feel like figuring it out. But we did run through the tutorial. Did our first play. I'd like to do first plays just to kind of see if we like games or not. I don't think this one's really for me. We'll be back in about an hour. We'll be playing some other games. Hope everybody has a fantastic day, and I hope to see you later.